You dare challenge me in my own domain? This river is mine. You are either very foolish or you've got some balls, but your stupidity will be your doom.
The night was thick with shadows when the elders reached the neighboring village. Lanterns swayed in the breeze as they stepped into the humble church where Pastor Obiora was holding a midnight vigil. His voice was firm in prayer, but when he saw the elders approach, faces marked with desperation, he paused. They told him everything that is happening in Umunachi, about the whispers in the wind and the girls that never return home. He was silent for a while, absorbing their tale. Then he spoke. I already had plans, but something is pushing me. I'll follow you to your village. The elders sighed with relief. By dawn, they had set off. The pastor's rickety old piglet groaned on the red dusty road to Umunachi village, but it moved like it was being carried by divine wind. At exactly 6:30 a.m., they arrived at the king's palace. Before the king could utter a word, Pastor Obiora stood tall and declared, "Something terrible is about to happen in this village. If we don't stop it now, Umunachi will be wiped off the map. We must go to the river right now." No one dared question him. Meanwhile, at the river bank, Isabella was already setting up her grill station, a sleek iron stand carefully balanced over glowing red coals. Smoke curled upward as the aroma of marinated chicken filled the air. Villagers were already in line, licking their lips, hungry for her famous roast. The meat sizzled, the chicken skin popped and glistened with oil. She smiled as she flipped a thigh. Just as she was about to serve, the crowd parted. Pastor Obiora stormed in. "Stop!" he thundered. "No one should touch that chicken. That chicken is cursed." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Isabella blinked in disbelief, acting like she had been wrongfully accused. "Pastor, what are you saying? I've been feeding this village for a while now. Nobody has complained before. Are you okay?" But Pastor Obiora's eyes burned with something holy. "You know very well what I'm saying, you demon in disguise. Confess now and spare yourself damnation." Isabella's smile faltered. "I don't know what you're talking about though," she muttered, but her voice shook. The pastor didn't wait another second. He raised his Bible and began to pray in thunderous tongues. The ground trembled. Isabella fell to her knees, screaming, her voice inhuman. "It's burning! Oh God, the fire! Stop! Please make it stop! I'll confess! I'll confess!" The crowd fell into stunned silence. Reading in pain, she began to confess everything. How she came to Umunachi from the river. How she had been sent by the river goddess to deceive them, to make them eat cursed food, to weaken the land for a takeover. She told them how the chicken was consecrated in the water altar before being grilled. The villagers staggered back. Some vomited. One elderly man fainted on the spot. Then the sky darkened. A thick fog rolled in from the river. Suddenly the river goddess emerged, majestic and monstrous, her tail glistening, her skin glowing like wet obsidian. Behind her stood the river princess and several mermaids, their eyes flickering like dying lanterns.
"You powerless mortal," the goddess hissed. "Leave this place or drown in your own arrogance."
But Pastor Obiora didn't flinch. "No power is greater than the Lord I serve. Not here, not anywhere." The goddess laughed, a cruel, bone-chilling laugh that echoed through the trees.
"Ha ha 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 ha! You dare challenge me in my own domain? This river is mine. You are either very foolish or you've got some balls, but your stupidity will be your doom."
Then, without warning, all the river spirits raised their hands and struck him with blinding force. But the pastor held his Bible high, and with a mighty cry, he shouted, "Let God arise!" A blinding light burst forth. The mermaids shrieked and vanished one by one. The river kingdom began to collapse. Each throne cracked, and the waters turned black and violent. Only the goddess remained. Enraged, she screamed,
"How dare you! Now feel my full wrath!"
She struck him again, this time with the full weight of her powers. The pastor screamed in tongues, dropped to one knee, but then with fire in his eyes, he struck her with his Bible. A thunderbolt fell from the sky. The river goddess wailed in agony. And then, poof, she vanished in a burst of smoke. The sky cleared. The river grew still. The scene was filled with cries and prayers as the pastor laid his hands on Isabella. She screamed, not just from pain, but from years of bitterness, rejection, and spiritual torment. Tears streamed down her face as she confessed, "I didn't mean to become this way. They hated me, mocked me. The pain, the anger, and the greed hardened my heart. I gave in to her." The pastor didn't flinch. With calm authority, he pressed his hand firmer on her head, rebuking every dark force that had used her as a vessel. "Even the purest souls can be corrupted by pain and greed," he said aloud. "But God's mercy is greater than any curse." Isabella collapsed, silent, empty, free. But the battle wasn't over yet.